Hi everyone, MedAnime here, hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to tell the story of a sci-fi adventure film called Welcome to the Space Show. Before we go, this video contains spoilers, so please take this warning for those that haven't watched this movie yet. Without further ado, here's the recap of Welcome to the Space Show. In the opening scene, a brilliant red alien engages in a fierce fight against 3 other aliens on a mountain at night and successfully chases them away. The defeated aliens launch a final attack before leaving the planet. Natsuki wakes up late and joins her mother, aunt, and little cousin Amane for the morning exercise, which take place on their rural farm where they grow wasabi. Natsuki and Amane set off for school together, leaving behind the picturesque countryside and the quaint village. In another part of the neighborhood, there are 3 other kids: Kiyoshi, who has matured quickly due to the loss of his father, Koji, who is fascinated by space and technology, and Noriko, whose family owns a large farm. The 5 of them are the only students in the school since they live in a remote area, and they plan to have a summer camp where they can spend time together without adult supervision. At school, Amane immediately goes to check the cage of Pyon-kichi, the rabbit pet that Natsuki accidentally lost a few days earlier. Amane, who has been taking care and really loves the rabbit, is actually upset with Natsuki but tries to hide it. As they all seem to have nothing to do, they decide to go to find Pyon-kichi at the mountain. Koji accidentally falls down and stumbles upon a huge crop circle. This excites the kids, especially Koji, and they started to explore the field. Amane accidentally finds a dog that is injured and they quickly nurse it back to health. The dog eventually wakes up and starts thanking them. Seeing a dog casually talk and walk instantly paralyzed them. Noriko even passes out from the shock. The dog introduces himself as Pochi, an alien who came to Earth to research plant. He found a species that went extinct 5 billion years ago on Earth called Zukhan. Pochi tells them that he got hurt by the poachers who came to Earth for the plant. To thank them for saving his life, Pochi takes them to the moon for a trip. They go there by a typical UFO we can see on the internet. While the moon we can see on Earth seems to have nothing, the dark side of the moon seems to be an advanced civilization with various aliens gathered there. Before they enter, they must pass a test to get their passport. At the testing site, a robot gives them a question about whether they should accept the aliens' offer to advance their civilization when they arrive. Amane refuses and says that it'll make her happier if she works at it on her own. They all pass and spend their time watching the space show, which is the most popular TV program at the space. While Pochi is making his report, the kids wander around the moon with some pocket money Pochi gave them. As soon as Pochi made his report about the importance to protect the Earth, the pathway to Earth was immediately blocked, which also surprised Pochi, who didn't know that his report would be so effective. Now, the only way to Earth is through Pochi's planet first, and in order to make it back in time, they must take the Galaxy Super Express, but it is expensive. Seeing how Pochi tries to get money from gambling, they all then agree to get some part-time job to gain money for the trip. Koji gets a part-time job at a shop owned by traveling aliens, Ink and her father. He helps out Ink's father to build a rocket and also bonds really well with Ink over their love of exploring space. While looking at a space book, they found out about the Pet Star, a mysterious treasure box that has been lost for ages. It is said that it is so full of treasures that one can even buy the space with it. The rest of the kids are doing well at their job except Natsuki, who got fired and got into debt after crashing into a store. While she is doing nothing, she opens a wasabi snack and one of them accidentally falls into the mouth of an alien. The alien screams Zukhan and immediately offer to buy the snack from Natsuki, followed by the other aliens who also want to buy it from her. The 3 aliens who saw it in the first scene see Natsuki and notice the wasabi in Natsuki's bag. At night, they gather the money from their part-time job. All of them seem confident except Natsuki and Pochi. But when Natsuki shows the money she got, Pochi surprises them by saying that she actually got lots of money. It is because the smaller money is actually worth more than the others and now they have enough money for the Super Express ticket. When she tells them that she sold the wasabi, Pochi tells her that it was actually Zukhan and prohibits her from selling anymore. The next day they all say goodbye to their part-time working place and then board the train. Unknowingly, the 3 aliens are also following them into the train. At the train, they meet Goba, an alien who sells info about space show to the fans. So he always travels to the closest place possible to the space show location as it is constantly moving. While they are sleeping, the train suddenly halts as they arrive at the Dark Trench. The train is waiting in line to pass through the tunnel there. The Dark Trench is a nebula that consists of antimatter with annihilation explosion anywhere. While waiting to pass the Dark Trench, a space tadpole passes by and recognizes Pochi. He introduces himself to the kids as Tony and his pet tadpole named Johnny. Tony works at the records at the Space Control Center and is responsible for the records of everything in space. He is there to investigate Zukhan, which is rumored to be recently circulating in the black market. As they arrive at Pochi's planet, they first go to a university to fill out some forms. After filling out forms to go to Earth, Pochi's highly respected status as a professor allows the group to get to Earth. However, the three aliens steal Natsuki's bag with Zukhan inside and manage to escape. A car chase ensues, leading Pochi to transform into his red armor form and successfully capture the three aliens, keeping a pin one of them was wearing as evidence. They then go to Pochi's parents' home. There, they see a picture of Pochi together with Mari and Nepo, who are very well known in the space show as the producer and actress. Apparently, the three of them used to work at the same lab together. Just like Pochi, who specializes in plants, his father is a doctor who utilizes the vitality of plants to rejuvenate his patients. Pochi also discusses his findings of Zukhan with his father, and they put the wasabi in a machine to analyze if wasabi is actually similar to Zukhan. Meanwhile, Natsuki and Amane got into a fight as Amane is still upset with her for losing Pyon-kichi. And when they are about to make up with each other, a huge spacecraft arrives and shoots out beams at them and Pochi's father's lab. The spacecraft managed to get both the wasabi that is being analyzed by Amane. After assessing the situation, Pochi realizes that his former friend Nepo is the culprit, as he is the only one who knows the true value of Zukhan. Later that day, Pochi and the other kids then depart to save Amane despite knowing the risks. To find the location of the space show, they ask for some help from Goba. They then all arrive at a place called the Space Festival, a crowded place with aliens from all over space, and meet up with Goba there. Goba tells them that the space show just made an announcement of their farewell performance. They immediately split up to search for the space show ship. While looking, Pochi meets Tony and trades information with him. Pochi gives him the data from his father's lab saying that Wasabi and Zukhan are actually different species from the same family. Meanwhile, Koji also gets a chance to reunite with Ink and her father at the event. Suddenly, a supernova explosion occurred and Mary shows up while singing the happy birthday song, which indicates the birth of a new star from the supernova. Nappa also shows up on the giant screen to announce the show. The final stage is set with Amane as the princess being taken hostage by a huge monstrous creature called Behemoth. Pochi and his father immediately recognize the Behemoth as the creature born from Zukhan. Using Ing and her father's rocket, Pochi and Natsuki head to the rescue Amane. The rocket immediately hits Behemoth and Nepo stops the live broadcast. But accidentally, the broadcast starts again after Nepo left to confront Pochi and Natsuki. Suddenly, a huge planet appears and Nepo introduces it as Pet Star. It suddenly beams some lights in every direction including the audience, pulling in everything to it. Lots of the audience have been captured due to it. The Pet Star has been sleeping for 5 billion years in the dark trench until one day, Mary and Nepo found it. The planet is a rescue craft that was used to shelter animals that were near extinction. It has the ability to synthesize life forms and the Behemoth is the first creature Nepo synthesizes, with it using the wasabi. Mary shows up to take Amane away. Nepo then transforms and fights Pochi one-on-one. Meanwhile, Natsuki tries to get to Ink's spacecraft with the other kids to chase Mary, but the Behemoth shows up and got Natsuki and Noriko separated from the rest of the group. The kids use the only weapon available in Ink's spacecraft, which is the water gun, to try to stop the Behemoth. But surprisingly, the continuous barrage of water actually weakens the creature and eventually takes it down. It was due to the difference between Wasabi and Zukhan that created the imperfection in Behemoth. After the fall of the Behemoth, Pochi also finally managed to bring Nepo down after some epic fight. Meanwhile, inside the Pet Star, Mary takes Amane to a robot called Great Pet King, who is the ruler of the planet. He plans to synthesize Amane and Pyon-kichi together in order to create a perfect life form. Apparently, Pyon-kichi was taken by the 3 aliens on their first visit to Earth. Natsuki and Noriko come in just in time to stop Mary and the robot. After some struggle, they rescued both Amane and Pyon-kichi from them. As their fight was broadcasted in the entire space, they are all hailed as heroes. The entire space even cooperates together to open up the fastest way for them to go home to Earth. Before they get to Earth, the kids bid their final farewell to Pochi and Ink. At home, their parents also just arrived at school, on time to take them home. The film closed with the kids all going home with their own parents that night and continuing their daily life happily again. So that concludes the recap of Welcome to the Space Show. What do you guys think? The film is an exciting and imaginative adventure that combines elements of sci-fi, fantasy, and coming-of-age themes. One of the strengths of the film is its attention to character development. Each of the children has their own unique personality and backstory, and the film explores their relationships with each other as they face the challenges of their journey. Its engaging characters, stunning visuals, and important message make it a film that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. Please tell us what you think through the comment section. If you like this content, please leave us a like and share them with your friends. Thank you for watching until we see you again.